Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters cast. Got another awesome game for you here today. Let's start by checking out the players. Down the bottom right side of the map, it is Mr. MaNa. He is a Protoss player, 20 years old, from Poland. Plays for Team Liquid, and we've seen quite a bit of him in recent tournaments. So, obviously a very awesome player. I'm not sure if he's as awesome as his opponent. It is Mr. Jaedong up the top left side of the map, and we know he is awesomely awesome. So, 24 years of age, from South Korea, plays for Evil Geniuses, and is definitely going to be the one to look out for in this game. I mean, MaNa, yeah, but I reckon MaNa is still the underdog in this game, just because Jaedong is such an insane player. But you never know what's going to happen. I've seen Jaedong taken down by underdogs countless times in the past. It does definitely happen, and it all just comes down to what you're doing in the game. Maybe Jaedong slips up a little bit, maybe MaNa just does some beautiful macro, makes some beautiful plays, and yeah, the things can just turn around. It's not like, well, Jaedong's the quote unquote more better player in this game, so he's going to win 99% of the time. It's not like that at all. Maybe if you're the better player, you win maybe 70-80% of the game, probably closer to 70 or 60 maybe. Yeah, I'm going to say 70, so there's still a very decent chance that you are going to go down. It's not like you're, well, I'm really awesome, so I just overwhelm everybody. It doesn't work like that. You can still lose a ton of games to a player who's, according to the rankings, not as high as you, just because you're having a bad day, or they have a really good tactic and there's just no way to deal with it, or they just surprise you, your scouting doesn't get off early enough, they just do something completely sideways. Anything can happen, absolutely anything. So anyway, let's move on, and this probe going quite far away from the Zerg base to pop down a pylon. I don't know, maybe this is like a sacred cave section of these rocks right here. Maybe this is sacred to the Protoss people and he's just going there to pray or something like that before he goes out to battle. Who knows what that probe is doing, but right now he's just sitting there not doing a lot. We've got an early third base from Mr. Jaedong, relatively early anyway, so must have popped that off like 3.5 minute mark, something like that. We do have an early expansion from Mr. MaNa. He is now working on getting that thing up and running. Mr. Jaedong does have full scouting across his entire map, so he sees everything, and that's not going to last too long because I assume a Stalker is going to be coming out soon, or a Stargate. Stalker or a Stargate, one or the other. So there we go. Putting out a gateway at the moment. There we go, putting out a sentry. So just getting the early double gas for some important early game units. So the Mothership Core and the sentry. Very important early game units for some players. And they do cost a lot of gas, 100 gas each. So you definitely want to have double gas for those. And he has gone for the Stargate as well, so which is going to be pretty awesome. There we go. No way that Ling is going to get in, but I don't know why he would, because there has been full scouting regardless. I mean, we're building a Stargate here after the Overlord has come out. The Overlord realizing has to go back in, has to get that scout off. And Mr. MaNa, I mean, he's going to have a sentry soon. He's going to have a Stargate. I don't think either of those are going to stop this Overlord from scouting that Stargate. So the Stargate is going to be seen. And I don't think it really matters because, I mean, Jaedong must have been expecting a Stargate to be coming out at some point anyway. Oh, come on, he's getting closer. There we go. Sees the Stargate, so that's good. That's good, actually, because it just verifies that there is a Stargate there. And he was probably guessing there was going to be a Stargate there, but having it verified and seeing the Phoenix as well, very nice to see that Phoenix early on. So good stuff there. But if he didn't see that Stargate, if he saw like a Twilight Council early on instead of a Stargate, then you got to be a little bit worried, because I mean, Blink versus Zerg forces, nah, not that awesome. And Zealot Legs in the early game, not that awesome either, because it's only awesome, not really all that awesome. Maybe against Roach Hydra, or against Mass Hydra is pretty awesome, but you're not getting Mass Hydra yet. So if you can see a Templar Archives, no Templar Archives, a Twilight Council, then you're either looking at two things. You're looking at early Storm, or you're looking at DTs. And my guess, if I was in Jaedong's situation, would be for DTs. So, yeah. I mean, regardless, he's getting the spore crawlers. So he's getting the spore crawlers for the Phoenix right now. Or he could possibly be getting them for the DTs if he suspected there were DTs out, but they're not. So it does affect the placement of the spore crawlers. Gonna need another one on that base. Phoenix coming on in. Let's select the laggy one over here. And there we go, flying in. We've got a spore crawler, not quite there yet. And where's the Queens? Down on the ground doing a fair bit of damage, so they managed to kill something there. Not actually sure what they killed, maybe a worker or two. Taking out some overlords, but Jaedong does have a ton of overlords already on the map, already making up for it, so have to kill at least 2 more overlords to actually get Jaedong into a capped situation. He's building 2 more anyway, so shouldn't be that much of a problem. Oh, my nose is going nuts. Oh, this is bad. I've actually run out of Denizen at this stage, so I'm going to go out and get some more soon, but yeah, look at this. Oh, missed this. Nice army coming out from Mr. Jaedong, moving in. And yeah, the roaches are going to get taken out by the Phoenix, so that's pretty awesome. Almost didn't kill that one, but yes, very, very nice stuff. And I will actually have to apologize. I said in the game a couple of days before that I had a few fan games, and I'm going to try and cast them as soon as possible, but with this, I do think it is a cold. I think it's a cold of some sort, and I hate casting when I get a cold, because I always have to pause the game a lot, and when I'm sneezing and stuff like that, or not pause the game, but mute the commentary anyway. It doesn't sound all that good to have paused commentary, so yeah. I'm probably going to leave the fan games off until I'm not sick anymore, so see how that goes anyway. There we go. Ling Incursion coming in, but MaNa with a very, very nice little force there. Going to be able to push them away. Try to get a wall off here as well. He's got a very nice wall. I don't know if they can get around the back of the gas guys up, but oh, the roaches. Very, very, very cheeky right there. Getting in there and getting back. Phoenix coming around here. Let's get the damn thing selected. They're trying to kill some overlords, but taking some hits from the spore crawler. Managed to get an overlord without losing any Phoenix, so that's a nice play right there. Another hallucinated Phoenix coming in for a scout, sees the 4th base, but MaNa does have his own 3rd base right now, so we can see Colossus Tech coming out. We got the Twilight Council, most likely going to be either for High Templar at this stage or for Zealot Legs. Maybe, I don't really think Stalkers are going to be a massive part of this game, at least until he sees the Mutas. So we did see a Spire coming out. All of those overlords crapping all over the place, it almost sounds like applause. If you listen really carefully, it almost sounds like there's 1,000 people just clapping. That's creepy, man. That's really creepy. Alright, we got Hydras. Hydra Corruptor. That's a very, very potent mix against Protoss players. Very, very potent. Because, of course, Colossus are the only thing that can really deal with Hydras. The Colossus and High Templar. So you get the Corruptors in, you take out the Colossus. The Phoenix are useless. I mean, they're not going to be able to do anything versus the Corruptors. So you take out the Colossus, and suddenly the Hydras are just free to absolutely molest everything. Now, you can do a couple of things there. You can get out Void Rays, which counter the Corruptors and keep your Colossus alive. You can also get High Templars, which just storm the crap out of the Hydras. So those are your 2 options. And I have no doubt that once Mr. MaNa sees what Jaedong is going for, he is going to go for one of those 2 options. So we will just have to see. I can't zoom out anymore. No, that's it. There's too much action going on. Here we go. The Corruptors coming in. The Phoenix chase them out, but they do not stay for long. The Hydras obviously weren't in the correct position. We do have a crap ton of roaches coming out, and we do have the Swarm Host Tech coming out as well. Do we have any Swarm Hosts on the map? No, I'm going to say thankfully we did not have any Swarm Hosts on the map, because yeah, I mean, this is a long game, and I like casting long games, but I don't like casting long games when they got Swarm Hosts, because it's just like, just drag, just everything slows down. So I am against the Swarm Hosts from the point of a commentator, is that they just slow everything down. So yeah, I mean, tactically they can be interesting, but it's like watching a tactically interesting artillery strike where they're just throwing mortars at each other from 100 miles away, and maybe 1 in 1,000 shots actually hit something. So tactically, yeah, maybe, but it's not exciting at all. It's boring as all hell. So here we go. The Corruptor's actually taken out all the Colossus, but MaNa, does he have enough Stalkers to push this away? It looks like he might. So there we go. Not quite enough Hydras, and maybe a bit too many Corruptors right there on Jaedong's army size. So he tried, but he just didn't quite have the amount that he needed. And following that, going for a ton of Swarm Hosts. So he's going to bore MaNa into submission. He's going to bore us into submission as well, but what can you do? I don't choose well, I do choose the games I pick, but I don't know what happens beforehand. I don't watch the games beforehand and say, oh, this is going to happen, I'm not going to cast it. Because if I watch the games beforehand, then the cast doesn't sound as well. I cast the game, if I already know what's going to happen, then my casting sounds boring because I already know what's going to happen. So here we go, 4th base coming out, but look how close it is to the creep, man. MaNa, get a move on destroying this creep. What the hell are you doing? This is, I mean, at this point, this is just laziness. He really needs to get rid of this. It's right up to the front of his 4th base. There's no excuse for leaving the creep coming that far. So there we go. It's finally getting rid of it. And yeah, he's going to get rid of as much as he can. Is Jaedong going to send something out to take care of this? To try and snipe this force? His army is all the way over there. And it's just Swarm Hosts at the moment. So I don't think he can really do that much about it. Get the Swarm Hosts in a better position, maybe. Is there a hallucinated Phoenix over there? Was that a real Phoenix? I don't know. But the creep getting knocked back quite severely. He's missed this one. So he's going to have to get that one at some point. Oh, the Stalkers. Get the hell out of there. Run, 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 run. Is he going to see this thing? He's going around the other side. He's trying to juke around these guys. Oh, if he knocks over those rocks, that would be pretty awesome. But no, he's just going after creep at the moment. Just creeping his way along the continent right here. And run. Run, MaNa. Run. Ooh, blinks up the top, actually. Continuing to go for creep right here. And doesn't see any creep down the bottom side of the map. Is this probe... Oh, he's built a pylon. So he's built a pylon there, at least. That's going to be interesting. Here we go. Might get some creep here. Oh, a bunch of spine crawlers. I thought this base was going to be undefended, but no, it is not. So they can still do a fair amount of damage over here. And roaches coming around should help. But there is quite a lot of Stalkers. If they turn around, they should be able to take out the roaches right here. There we go. Roaches taking so much damage. Let's have a look at the upgrades. We've got 2-1 for the Protoss. We got 2-1 for the Zerg plus 1 air weapons. Which he obviously did when he was in his Corruptor phase. Here we go. Swarm Host coming out. Really got to get this this creep tumor, man. We know that creep tumor is there. Obviously, MaNa doesn't know it's there, but here we go. The Roach hit squad coming out down across the map, and this base relatively undefended, but the Stalkers are close enough that they should be able to knock it away quite quickly. There they go, and yeah, we've got a Great Aspire as well coming out here. Overcharges the Nexus at the same point. Very, very, very nice stuff there. And the Roaches are going to be getting away from it. The Swarm Host nowhere near close enough to actually hit anything. So Jaedong is going to have to move them a little bit closer. And he's got his eyes on that 4th base right there. This channel all the way down here, down this ramp. He's going to look to put himself in range of that. Hallucinated Phoenix coming out. Sees this 4th base very, very well defended. And there we go. Just a bunch of Locusts coming out in the wrong direction. But obviously Jaedong does not want to show his hand, his Locust hand quite yet. He's actually microing the Roaches at the moment. So Zealot coming in. This Zealot is very, very, very ballsy. But eventually the Roaches are going to get chased away. Maybe going to pull the main army away while the Locusts move out across the map. I don't know. That's interesting. Is he got it? He's still got him. He's still got him down there. So that could have been an interesting play if he moved him out over there. But of course, MaNa was too quick. He was going to see that anyway. And let's have a look. We've got some heavy Void Rays. We've got the Storm coming out for Mr. MaNa. So he's covering all his bases. Jaedong going for a bunch of Broodlords. He just wants the infinite army. So he's got half his infinite army here, but he wants the Broodlords for the rest of it. And Void Rays, unfortunately for him, will screw up everything here. Absolutely everything. I mean, there we go. Bunch of Colossus, actually. 5 of them. This guy can't even get in the fight. He's too far away. So beautiful job there. All those Corruptors and the Broodlords coming out here. So he needs those Void Rays. Tempests are actually better, and he is building 2 of them right now, had a fleet beacon already, so he is definitely in a good position to turn this around on Mr. Jaedong. And Jaedong, you need anti-air support right here. He's getting some corruptors. Hopefully he keeps these guys as corruptors and doesn't warp them in to all into Broodlords, because he needs to have some anti-air to deal with the Tempest right here. So here we go. Zealots actually going nuts on this thing. Yeah, unfortunately they're attacking the wrong Spire. They need to be attacking the Greater Spire, but there we go, managing to warp in a bunch more. There we go, the Spire goes down. That was an upgrade. That did they already kill the Greater Spire, actually? I feel like they must have, because Jaedong is actually building 2 Spires at the moment. So you only ever need 2 Spires if you're going to do full upgrades. So I'm guessing he actually got the Greater Spire before we even got there. It was just finishing up the other Spire. That's intense. Oh, look at this. Jaedong really moving in. Really moving in. How many Tempests do we have? We have 2. We got 2 more on the way. That's going to be a very, very good position. We've got a bunch of Corruptors here as well. The Broodlords taking their sweet time getting down here. But, the Swarm, the Locusts are definitely in range here. He's moving out. He's taken out this base, but he needs to be moving back. He needs to be moving back right here. The Corruptors in range. He's got a couple of Vipers as well. If he yanks in the Tempest, the Tempest, you've got to be careful. There are Vipers on the map. He's got to come around with a good angle right here. He's got to just hold off. I think he's got to engage with the Colossus here just to knock these guys back, just to chew them up, and watch out for the Corruptor forces coming in here, because this is going to be scary. And the Tempest is all going to come down to the Tempest. If they get Vipered out and lost, then Jaedong wins. But if they manage to shoot down all the Broodlords, then MaNa is going to win. And it is really, really, really crazy right here. Here we go, the Broodlords coming in. Stalker's blinking out in the front to get the air units. Beautiful play from MaNa. Although the Broodlords really, really just eating those guys down. The Void Rays coming in. And there's really not much that can hit the Void Rays that can do a lot of damage to the Corruptors. All taking so much damage here. Corruptor numbers just going down like you would not believe. Where are the Corruptors? I can't even see them on the display. And there we go, Corruptors going down. The Void Ray's taking a lot of damage. There are a bunch of Spore Crawlers over here, which is exactly what Jaedong needed to have. And the Spore Crawlers just doing so much damage to the Void Rays. Colossus pushing in though, taken out these Spore Crawlers. 16 more Corruptors coming down. So Jaedong was on the very, very edge of losing right there. The Tempest is doing so much damage, and the Tempest, this is their chance to get in there and actually start hitting the Broodlords. He's not though, he's hitting stuff on the ground, but needs more Void Rays building them. But that was, I feel like that was a really good chance to actually get in there. Oh, look at this Spine Crawler, man, that is going to be annoying. So trying to take that out, he does eventually get this out. He can also take out the Hydra's Den. This is a worrisome building. I would get rid of that Infestation Pit ASAP, because if Infestors start coming out, that's going to be nasty. Jaedong proving that he can macro with the best of them, and so many Corruptors coming out. The Air Army going out there. The Void Rays just not enough to take this out. Not many Broodlords left, but I don't think there needs to be a ton of Broodlords at the moment. The Corruptors just doing so much damage. And there we go. This massive influx of Corruptors has turned it around. Jaedong realizing that he was in danger when all of his Corruptors went down to the Void Rays, and turned around, just built a ton of them, and now he has enough to go in there and just absolutely demolish everything. So there we go. The Swarm hosts are in range. I don't see any chance of this building staying down. The Broodlords are just going to be too insane right here, and there's nothing that can really hit him. I mean, more Void Rays are coming out, but at this stage there's just too many Corruptors on the field for the Void Rays to really be able to do anything at this point. And unless he builds up a ton of Void Rays, like I mean a ton of Void Rays, like he's got 3 at the moment. He's building 3 more. I don't see it happening. I mean, Jaedong, he's got such an insane amount of macro. Like, he's actually down. He's actually lost a fair bit of workers, but he's got the minerals and the gas banked up. He could deal another 20 Corruptors whenever the hell he needs them, or 15, or however much they cost. And yeah, well, he can't because he's actually supply capped. But oh, bit of an engagement coming down here. The Locust just sending them out on the side. He knew MaNa was coming up, so he just sent a couple of Locusts out of the side, forced him back a little bit. Just like, yeah, I know you're there. Here's some Locusts. Go have fun with them. What's going on here? Changelings. Changelings. So Jaedong is just got everything going on for him at the moment. And MaNa just basically trying to get up as many Void Rays as he can. He's up to 6. If he gets up into the 12 range, then he can start to think about actually hitting those Corruptor numbers. But there's only actually 8 Corruptors at the moment. Oh, trying to knock this back. Oh, the Roach is going underground. That's not going to work this late in the game, but that's not the main focus. The main focus is over here. Locust coming in. And this base is going to be, owned quite badly. Broodlord's in there. Taking out all sorts of stuff. No way that MaNa can jump back unless he Mothership Core warps back in here. But getting in the middle of that would be suicide right there. So he's got to let it go down. Managed to kill the rest of the Roaches there, and now he's going to turn around and say, well, you got that, so I'm going for this. He's got a bunch of Stalkers over there. Might actually be enough to take this base out, and meanwhile his main army's going for this stuff right here. Very, very nice job. Bunch of Locusts get in there, but they do get destroyed, so MaNa, man. I mean, he lost one base, but he's looking to take out 2 bases at the go for it, so bunch of Corruptors. They're just like the Stalkers like, hey guys, how's it going? So actually going to be pulling back. He's a bit worried about the Corruptors right here. And lucky that those Stalkers did see the Corruptors coming. Look at this Immortal, man. 1 health left. That guy is an absolute beast right there. So yeah, MaNa. He's had enough time to build up some semblance of a Void Ray army right here. He's got 9 of the bastards versus 5 Corruptors. Jaedong needs to not fall into the same pit that he did before. That pit was, oh my god, where are all my Corruptors going? These Void Rays are about to wipe me out. He almost fell into that pit and he just retreated and he managed to hold on because the Colossus were too busy hitting everything else other than the Swarm hosts, and the Void Rays weren't chasing the Broodlords. And I feel like that was a mistake by MaNa. He should have pressed in a lot harder there at that engagement over here where everything was falling back for Jaedong. He should have pressed in a lot harder and really, really just taken out the Broodlords then and there, and then wiped out the Swarm host in slow time. But he did not, and now he's got another chance. He's got a bunch of Void Rays. There's the Corruptors on the field, but not nearly enough. He's pressing in. This is exactly what he needs to do. There's not that many Swarm hosts. He can go in there. Broodlords are going to be dying here. He doesn't have that many Tempests, but he doesn't need that many. Void Rays are going nuts here. There we go. Is MaNa going to finally finish it off? He should have done it last time. He's doing it this time. Keep your focus, Mr. Void Rays. You need to keep them on the Broodlords. There we go. Beautiful. All the Broodlords have been destroyed. Bunch of Roaches coming in here. DT's taking care of them. Who cares? Now press your advantage, MaNa. You have a huge advantage right here. He needs to press it. He's falling back. I gotta say, man, Jaedong just insane macro. He's just built 34 bloody Mutalisks right there. 34 of the damn things. And yes, eventually they might have done some serious damage and just moved MaNa back, but MaNa didn't take the opportunity to actually do anything. I mean, he destroyed that. He should have pressed on. He should have taken out this base. He should have maybe... he could have definitely taken out that base. He should have maybe taken out another one. But he didn't. He did not. He just fell back. I don't know why he fell back. He wasn't really in danger, but his main army fell back. And that great victory he took with the thingamabob, with the Void Rays, taking out all of those Broodlords. He just basically didn't capitalize. He didn't capitalize the first time. He had him on the back foot with the Void Rays. He didn't capitalize the second time. You need to be taking out mining bases. You need to push in and take out mining bases. I mean, Jaedong is scarily quick at developing counters. I mean, we saw how fast those Mutas came out. That was insane. And they were always going to hit MaNa very, very hard. So you got to use the most of your time to be able to deal with it. So you move in with your army. Here we go, the Zealots moving in, but it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. So you got, I mean, the fact that he destroyed all those Broodlords with his Void Rays and then didn't take out a mining base. I mean, it was just a waste. It was just a complete waste. He had a limited time window when he could have done something. And, I mean, against an average Masters player, maybe you can sit back. Against Jaedong, no, you cannot sit back. You cannot take a victory like that and then just sit back and let him re-macro up. Because it's just, you gotta chip him away. You gotta get things down. You gotta make absolute 100% use of your time. Because Jaedong does not waste time at all. He's not waste time at all. He's always in there. He's always doing something. He's crazy. And there we go. You won the game. So great job there. And it's just perfect counterplay by Jaedong. Absolutely perfect. He saw the massive Void Rays, and the first time the Void Rays took him out, there was about 3 or 4 of them that took out all of his Corruptors, so he built 14 Corruptors. The second time, when there were like 8 or 9 Void Rays out in the field, he went for Mutas. It's just like, boom, there we go, Mutas. He didn't even worry about the Storms, because he knew he was going to wipe out the main army, so he didn't worry about the Storms too much. and just wiped everything out. So great counterplay by Mr. Jaedong. And MaNa, it's very, very hard to counter 34 mutas being built at once. It's just almost impossible. I mean, you could, what, you're going to have like 7, 8 Stargates or something like that? You're at 8 feast at a time? No, it's not going to happen. So, there we go. Beautiful play by Jaedong. And, yeah, thank you very much for watching this game. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys tomorrow for another one. This has been Hairy Muffin.